Hello and welcome back everyone to Duel Masters on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries, and in this episode, after successfully getting to Master Rank, we need to go and put the Spiral Gate that we just got back into our deck.
Spiral Gate.
I'm trying to figure out what to take out. I decided to take out a Sea Mine, because, you know, as good as Sea Mine is, it's not big enough to take down Dianork, and my anti-blockers, or my blockers in general, need to have answers for Dianork, you know?
What's this? The Sea Mine. I pulled it from the sea.
Alright, unfortunately, Knight doesn't actually want to meet up with us at the library for this. He wants to meet up with us at the restaurant for this. So to the restaurant we go. Hey, North Skylar. North Skylar looks amazing, but goddamn is he a bad fucking card.
Well, you know, we'd expect not very much abilities from a dude that has to pull off a fucking jet engine and then stick it on his arm and turn it into a cannon.
What was that about?
Nothing you need to worry about. Yet. You have made exceptional progress.
Thanks, Knight.
Let me see how prepared you are for the tournament.
And yes, in order to officially become an Advanced Plus duelist, we have to beat Knight. Knight's
Cool,
deck
son.
is, it's been a while since we did a recording, so I should go over this again. Knight's deck is interesting, and that is one of the few decks that actually has Holy Awe in it. But he's also paired with red, so he has some access to decent aggro tools. Like, I'm pretty sure he does actually have a Braid Claw, but like, yes, as Pascorda is mentioning here. Yeah, the big things you got to worry about against Knight are Eris and Holy Awe. But I think we ended up having to deal with Eris during this match. I forget. You'll notice, however, that he's got a lot of these cheaper light civilization spells, and he just straight up isn't going to cast them.
Hi, Miele.
It's Miele.
No, it's Miele. I know, because I've met people whose last name is Miele, and they wish to be addressed as Miele.
Well, too bad. I'm calling it Melee Visor of Lightning. So there.
So how do you pronounce Melee?
M-E-L?
No, Melee.
Oh, yeah, that's also Melee.
Did I show you the 3 spellings of the homonym of the homophone there?
English is a terrible language. Okay, we accept this. So he's gonna cast Dianork this turn, right? Yep.
Nork.
And it is my job to. I thought I was gonna Spiral Gate it, but I chose not to. All right, I'm gonna Spiral Gate it next turn.
Emerald grass.
Damn it! Now I can't Spiral Gate it this turn because it doesn't actually do anything.
That's grass?
I mean, I know it looks more like a tentacle monster, but yes, it is grass. It's very holy grass, but yes, it is grass.
Little sun-dried and looking as though the buffalo have been urinating on it quite a bit.
Yay! We triggered Aqua Jolter.
Go to sleep, little creep.
Become tapped so I can bypass you.
Gonna hit you in the face.
I'm having difficulty deciding how I want to actually continue the aggro game against Knight, because I should honestly just go full out on him, but like I also want to answer Dianork this turn, and if I successfully answer Dianork this turn, I'll more than likely be able to just bum rush through him. Mm-hmm. So I decided to bounce Emerald Grass instead.
Take out his shield.
Since he put a Holy Awe into his man, I can rest mostly easy thinking that his final shield is not Holy Awe. Mind you, if his final shield had been Holy Awe, we probably would have lost.
He has 1 turn to answer.
Look at all of his blockers! And he chose to summon Ethel anyway.
He's trying to hold you off. You realize now that he has a bit of a problem on his hands. He can't attack. Because if he does, he'll overextend. We didn't overextend, because he doesn't have enough creatures that don't have summoning sickness. Oh, this is magic in the good old days. It calls it a swinging ding.
Alright, he takes us down to 1 shield, which is pretty critical health, but we also get another Aqua Jolter.
A win is a win, is a win, is a win.
Alright, Aqua Hulkus.
Kill him.
Yeah, he just spawns a whirlpool and then backs off. It's not nearly as impressive as it's supposed to be.
I may have lost, but I'm too cool to lose my posture.
He is. I actually like Knight's character design. I mean, he very much reeks of, you know, classic '90s too cool for this shit power. But he's still actually responsible and trying to do things.
You can tell I put people at a distance by keeping my eyes concealed all the time.
He's like if Sasuke wasn't an asshole, you know?
It's like if Neo wore a color other than black.
Nah, cause Neo, at least in the first movie, is totally a fish out of water.
I present to you now your choice of a signature creature.
All right, Knight is gonna give us the ability to pick out our signature creature. We are gonna pick Legendary Banner because it's the only one of these that is even remotely playable. Like Aqua Sniper's 8 and King Riptide is 7, and Legendary Banner is 6. The big problem that all of these creatures have is that they don't actually impact the board state immediately. Except Aqua Sniper. Aqua Sniper does, but Banner specifically gives a global unblockable for our water creatures, which is nice. And he himself has got Double Breaker on it. The problem with him, of course, is that he's an evolution creature, so we have to run King Coral in order to evolve into Legendary Banner.
You may call on your
so the creatures with Double Breaker, so you can't win the game by swinging at an opponent with only 1 shield, because its ability only affects the number of shields it takes out, not the number of touches that it makes.
Ready for what?
The things we're about to tell you will come as quite a shock. You must prepare yourself.
If you defeat your opponent by attacking directly with this creature, you win the match.
I like this twist.
Or do you mean how she tried to bind the new creatures to cards before the temple tournament ceremony? Yeah, I figured that stuff out. Don't worry though, I'll find the 9 pieces. Thanks for the signature card.
And ski-daddle we go.
What the fuck happened to her voice? Oh my god.
Alright, so we got a copy of Bronze Arm Tribe and Death Smoke, but what we're actually looking for right now is to figure out what we want to take out to put in Banner. It looks like we're gonna, yeah, we decided on Aqua Soldier. We made Legendary Banner our signature card. Now, signature cards are interesting in that if you can call upon them, as Knight said, in times of crisis. What he means by that is if you're down to 2 or less shields. Hi, Banner.
You mean
Legendary Banner gets a lot of fucking splash art screen time. I don't know why.
You got a heart of the cards moment in this game, you're saying?
Kind of. The thing is, a majority of the signature creatures are ass. So, like, it doesn't actually matter if you get them out. There are two major exceptions. Now, one of them is Luke's actual boss creature, Ilium, who is a signature creature with a blocker and refresh on him, which makes him stupidly powerful, especially since he's 6,500. And the other good signature creature, I actually forget. I want to say it's actually Banner, mostly because of its evolution power, but like, you have to sacrifice King Coral for it, and King Coral is one of the only blockers that our version of Rebecca is going to end up running. Well, that, Phantom Fish, and Revolver Fish.
Death Smoke.
I would like it if the evolution mechanic from this game specifically allowed us to just evolve creatures that shared colors, as opposed to you see, it's difficult to explain why the species card group differentiation annoys me, because to be perfectly honest, they aren't as fleshed out as they are really supposed to be. Like, liquid people specifically tend to have the ability to bounce back to your hand after they're destroyed in combat, but like they don't have a big payoff for that. Jelfishes tend to be relatively good blockers, but there are a couple that well, honestly, the only big jellyfish that I can even really recall are phantom fish and revolver fish. And leviathans tend to be really big, except for king coral, who you have to run if you're running a leviathan deck because, well, it's your only goddamn blocker. Like, I like creature types, I really do. I think it's one of Magic the Gathering's best aspects is the ability to build a deck focused on these creature types. But this game doesn't do it all that well, simply because our card pool is so limited.
Right. Yeah, they didn't. This was well before the days of, let's make a whole set of Gravekeepers. Let's make a whole set of 6 Samurai. Nope, it's just a hodgepodge of sparsely supported creature types based, as you said, on a rather narrow card pool, because this game, unfortunately, did not enjoy a long enough life cycle for there to be expansions.
No, it has several expansions for the record. It's just that, you know, it died off in popularity, then tried to come back and failed. So it tried to come back under its actual Japanese name of Kaijudo, for the record, which is partially why it failed, because nobody knew what the fuck Kaijudo was, and it was mostly just a repackaged Duel Masters with even better card art. You notice that I actually keep on a lot of the splash screens because I actually do enjoy a lot of the card art that we get to see. It's just that, well, card art alone can't actually sell a video game. Isn't that right, Cardfight Vanguard?
Never heard of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cardfight Vanguard is renowned as the waifu collectible game. It has very good waifus in it. That is all I know about it, though.
Cardfight Vanguard tried to kill the magic, but they failed as they were shrouded in obscurity. Duel Masters tried to kill the magic, but they failed. They simply were not popular enough. Yu-Gi-Oh! Tried to kill the magic.
They partially succeeded. They just targeted a significantly younger demographic. Like, it's wild to me that Yu-Gi-Oh! Targets a younger demographic than Magic, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is so much more complicated than Magic is, at least at the professional level.
I would imagine that it would appeal to young people who would prefer to win the game all the time.
Anyway, we actually got to show off our signature creature, Legendary Banner, and even its attack animation. It's kind of meh, but it works.
Don't cry, Duncan. Let me introduce you to a game where all you have to do is just invest in the right cards at the right times and play against the right people, and you will never lose.
So Duel Masters. Duel Masters does have that problem in this game. Like, there are objectively two extraordinarily powerful, significantly more powerful than they're supposed to be decks. The Liquid People deck, specifically with its payoff of Crystal Lancer, is stupidly overpowered, as well as the Shield Trigger deck. And the Shield Trigger deck is explosively powerful, specifically because it's effectively a hyper control deck that actually wins with creatures that it gets to play for free. So. Like, I've never actually put Braidclaw in a Shield Trigger deck, but I've thought about it multiple times.
Confused? Yeah, my Aunt Vivian asked me for the card pieces, but Luke, she's the widow that we've been warned about. But yet, she's family, and she's the one who taught me Duel Masters in the first place.
See, there it goes again. The fucking... apparently they did not do a QA test on some of these dialogues, which I would not be surprised, because this is... all these dialogues are secondary to the core gameplay. They're poorly animated and they sound like garbage.
And no one else can claim credit for it.
I do like the story beats that we get here, though.
I gotta
yeah, plot twists are good. You got any more spice for the souffle?
Like, what spices are even good on souffle?
Cloves?
Cloves. You see, I don't actually consider cloves a spice, a seasoning perhaps, but it's so minor.
I don't know how much cloves you've had, but oh my god. Cloves is in the cinnamon category that if you put just a wee bit too much, boom, suddenly all you can taste are cloves.
Alright.
Very, very strong stuff. Yes, very strong.
I'll go.
Hey, we get to actually represent the Water Clan now, despite the fact that, you know, this hasn't been a confirmed thing about Rebecca's storyline. Yeah, Rebecca is honestly a mid-level duelist in the Water Clan. So, yeah, that's a thing.
The Water Clan.
Well, yeah, each of the clans actually happens to have their own club, so to speak, at least in town.
Do you have the card piece?
And in the next part, we will see even more proof as to why a narrow card pool will seriously strangle any hope you have of making a tribal deck.
Only a little bit of proof. Be safe, everybody.